So now we're at the awards part of the presentation, and the first award tonight is to Bray Maple Farm, Andrea and Alan Smith, and owned and operated by Andrea and Alan Smith, and they are getting our award for the 2020 Conservation Farm, or Conservation Farm of the Year, as we sometimes call it. But really, Alan and Andrea are getting this award for many years of conservation, of being a conservation farm. Andrea and Alan have a beautiful MOFGA certified organic farm in Union on the North Union Road, high on a hill overlooking the town of Union, the lake, and on to the south and to the east. The farm is 52 acres of pasture, hayland, woodland, and cropland, and contains areas of main prime farmland. Over the years, they have raised sheep, goats, beef cattle, donkeys, all manner of vegetables in season, as well as potted herb plants in the spring and dried flowers for the fall. Andrea and Alan have been longtime associates of the Conservation District. They've been cooperators since 1982, and that's like 38 years. So that is quite a long time. Alan served as an associate supervisor for many years, starting in the 1990s, late 1990s, and up through 2010. And they've attended every awards banquet that I've been to, which the first one I went to was in 2011. And I know that they were at many before that as well. And I know that they come because they like hearing the talks and seeing friends, but I'm pretty sure Alan comes for the pie. In addition to their contributions to the district, they've been involved with the Natural Resources Conservation Service and have installed many conservation practices on their farm. The big things like with the livestock or the manure storage facility with an access road and vegetated filter strip, heavy use area, livestock watering practices, perimeter and rotational grazing fencing, and pasture and hayfield management. They've used cover cropping and green manure for the croplands. And at some point they put in a secondary fuel containment structure. In 2000, Mary Thompson, who was the district conservationist at the time, wrote a conservation plan for Bray Maple Farm. Alan and Andrea were preparing to apply for farmland conservation easement with Georges River Land Trust and Land for Maine's Future. And that easement was granted in 2002 or 2003. So that land is under a conservation easement as farmland. And Alan and Andrea and the farm have been very active in the community as well. They're members of the Union Area Chamber of Commerce, and every Saturday you can find Andrea at the Camden Farmers Market and other local markets as well, I'm sure. And they have hosted the Knox-Lincoln Waldo Master Gardener Volunteer Program for 23 years in a great partnership with the cooperative extension that has benefited both the extension and the farm. Most of you know that Master Gardener volunteers need to do a certain number of hours of volunteer work as part of their training, and the farm has provided the volunteers with the land to grow food which they donate to local food pantries. And the MGVs also have helped Alan and Andrea to run Open Farm Day every year, where hundreds of people come through the farm, and there are exhibits and demonstrations, wood turning, spinning, beekeeping, trellis building, tours of the garden, scarecrow contest, great music, herbal beverages, and fantastic snacks. So for all of these things and for all of these years of that Alan and Andrea have supported local farms, local food, the district, and worked with NRCS to do the best practices on their land that they can. For all of those things, those are the reasons that we are awarding this, giving this award to Alan and Andrea this year. And here I went up to the farm and presented Alan and Andrea with their award earlier this week and recorded them accepting it. And here we go.
I would like to thank the district for this great honor. We've been part of the district for many, many years and have enjoyed many friendships with the district. We've also been working with the Cooperative Extension with the Master Gardener Project, which was hosted for over 20 years. The Master Gardener Project has enabled us to be part of Open Farm Day for also over 20 years. And we've been able to have hundreds of people come through to see where their vegetables have grown and learn various garden techniques. So we'd like to thank you again. Thank you.
So thanks, Alan and Andrea, and congratulations. Yeah. Right.
Yay, good job. So I have the privilege of presenting the next two awards, and I will share my screen, which will hopefully work. Yep, that's the one, share. Okay, woohoo, it's working. So when you take the job in the field of natural resources, you take on the responsibility of speaking on behalf of things that have no human voice or rules, yet are clearly impacted by them, as Ivan has eloquently shown us this evening. And these individuals have focused their efforts on special resource concerns here in Knox and Lincoln counties and beyond, while making lasting positive impacts on the communities where they have worked. I've been able to collaborate with them and learn from them for 6 years, and then in one other case, almost a decade now, on a variety of projects, small and large. And I'm grateful to have this platform to recognize their efforts. So for special recognition in promoting awareness and management of invasive plants in Maine, Nancy Olmsted. So Nancy started with the Maine Natural Areas Program as an intern before being hired full-time as their invasive plant biologist in 2014. She works throughout the state with public and private landowners alike, municipalities, state agencies, and nonprofits. Where there's an invasive plant problem, Nancy will help. Recognizing an opportunity to better serve a niche of landowners most heavily impacted by invasive plants producers, Nancy led the efforts on the Conservation Innovation Grant through the Natural Resource Conservation Service with Knox and Lincoln and Kennebec counties between 2015 and 2018. As a result of the success of this first grant, it led to a second Conservation Innovation Grant, 2018 through 2021, which we are currently working on and have included Waldo and Somerset counties in an effort to better understand the spread of these plants through a north, south, and east-west corridor. Nancy leads countless education programs teaching professionals and private landowners how to identify and manage these plants. And of note, she's a regular speaker at the MOFCA Common Ground Country Fair. She's worked with DOT and the Maine State Parks to train staff and to integrate invasive plant ID and management into their annual plan of operations. She serves as the program administrator for the state of Maine for the multi-state software program IMAP Invasives, which is an online identification, mapping, and management tool used by both professionals and citizen scientists to track invasive plants throughout their states. She's compiled information on the identification, ecology, and control of Maine's most invasive plants and generated the first ever Maine invasive plants field guide that has been put to good use by foresters, farmers, gardeners, and landowners to manage these invasive plants. Nancy's always willing to field questions, review plant samples or photos, and offer edits to plans to provide the best management options. The state of Maine has a great leadership with Nancy at the helm, and Knox-Lincoln Soil Water Conservation appreciates all you do, Nancy, with the with awareness and management of invasive plants in Maine. And we met with her earlier, and here we go.
Good evening, and thanks everybody. I'm so delighted to be here to receive this award from the Knox-Lincoln Soil and Water Conservation District. It's been so wonderful to work with the district over the years on invasive plant issues, and I've always felt so much support and encouragement from Hildy and Rebecca personally, and from the district in general. They've just been champions in the work on invasive plants, raising awareness and helping to do outreach and education about invasive plants, as well as bringing tools to producers and bringing them invasive plant management plans. So it's been a great partnership, and it's a real honor for me to receive this award. So thank you so much.
Yay, technology.
Good evening, and thanks.
There we go.
I was just going to say thank you so much, Rebecca, for that very kind introduction. It's really an honor to receive the award.
My pleasure. Thank you. And I'll get right on my homework assignment tomorrow morning. So let's see. The next one is Sue Mello for special recognition for the promotion of water quality in the Lower Sheepscot River watershed. So Sue and I have been working together on a variety of watershed and water quality issues. And she has been working extensively and exclusively for Booth Bay's water quality with the Booth Bay Region Water District. She's been spearheading buffer plantings on both Knickerbocker and Adams Pond, which is where the water district's focus is. She's been improving the shoreline buffer around Adams Pond. There's a fairly old road that wraps around Adams Pond, as you can probably see here. And she's been improving the buffers with we did a site of where the microburst went through a couple of years ago, and have been adding plants with the help of our interns this year. Sue has been working a lot with the YMCA because on Lake Knickerbocker, because they have one of the largest land holdings there and an extensive road and trail system that needs some regular maintenance. She's put an interpretive sign at Knickerbocker Lake Public Access to help the residents better understand water quality when they're there to recreate. She put together a brochure on water quality for residents of Booth Bay that's regionally specific, what you're seeing in the screen here. She's helped update watershed surveys and has expanded beyond Knickerbocker and Adams to help West Harbor Pond as well. Sue is always seeking ways to reach the biggest audience, regularly using the public access television and local and regional print outlets to share all education and outreach events to those who may not be able to attend in person. And when director of Booth Bay Region Water District, John Ziegler, was informed of our intent to honor Sue for her dedication to water quality education and outreach, he responded enthusiastically and immediately with a quote, "This is a huge honor for us, and yes, as her supervisor, I am very much in support of this award. Sue is unbelievably excellent at what she does and has really been a much needed force in protecting the region's water supplies, as well as the ecosystems that they support. We, the board trustees and I, who've also sent great accolades, are very proud of the work she has done, funding sources she has developed, BMPs that she has initiated and completed, and the positive impact that her activities have had for the region's raw water reserves. And without further ado,
I just want to thank you so much for the recognition. And I do want to acknowledge that even though this award has my name on it, it really is not possible that I would be here except for the support of our district manager, John Sigra, our board of trustees, and all the other staff at the Water District, and all the collaborators like Conservation District itself. Thanks again.
yay.
I just want to
I did it again. Okay. So on behalf of the Knox-Lincoln Soil Water Conservation District, I would like to thank Professor Fernandez for speaking to us this evening, for the work of with my colleagues and the board here at the district, and last but not least, for the support of our attendees tonight, and for the residents here in Knox and Lincoln counties for doing their part to conserve our land and water resources. Good night, everybody.
Thank you, Ivan.
Night. Night. Thank
Good
you.
night. Nice to see everybody.
An excellent program.
Thank you.